Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sammy Ketchum, and welcome back to Sammy Ketchum TCG. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the darkest deck in the universe. I give you Eternatus Vmax. This deck is so powerful, coming from the Galar region, with this universal dark power. It will leave your soul trembling in fear. I personally will show you its true power. So, let's get started. We are going to start off with 3 copies of Eternatus Vmax. This Pokemon has a whopping 340 HP. And its attack, this darkness attack, does 30 damage. 330 damage times the number of dark Pokemon you have in play. And its ability allows you to have 8 darkness Pokemon in play. So you can have up to 8 Pokemon on your bench. Now that is terrifying. This card is the heart and soul of this dark deck, and we play 3. Next up, we can't have the Vmax without Eternatus V. 3 copies of Eternatus V. Its first attack does 30 damage, and it can attach a dark energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. And its second attack, for 1 darkness and 3 colorless, it does 120 damage, but if you're facing off against an opponent's Vmax, it does another 120, so a whopping 240 damage to their Pokemon. This is very good. Next up, we will give you some dark draw power. The darkest draw power in the Galar region. I give you Crobat V. Crobat is in here for its ability setup. When you play this card from your hand, you may draw until you have 6 cards. This is very good for getting you the cards you need and drawing the possible cards you need to set up your Pokemon. Next up is our second attacker. I give you Sableye V. Sableye V's first attack You can take a trainer from your discard pile and add it to your hand. But we really won't use this attack. Oh no. We're going to use this second attack. Mad Nail. What this does is that this does 10 damage base, but it does 60 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon. So what you do is you sit there and you'll hit them with Eternatus Vmax, and you'll put some hefty damage on them. If you don't knock them out with Eternatus Vmax, you'll be for sure to knock them out with Sableye V, with doing 60 damage times the amount of damage on them. Oh man, you're going to really be bringing it home then. Next, I will give you Absol. It is in here for its ability. It adds 1 retreat cost to your opponent's Pokemon in the active position. I think it's basics, right? Yeah, an opponent's basic Pokemon. It adds 1 retreat cost to their own retreat cost. That is very powerful, and it will keep them in the active so they cannot retreat. If they cannot retreat, they cannot run or hide from your dark power. Next, I give you 3 copies of Dark Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon is in here for its ability. When you play it from your hand, you may place 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon. This is good for chipping off damage on them. You can add more damage for Sableye V's attack, or you can basically put them in the brink of getting knocked out with Eternatus Vmax. Next, I give you 4 copies of Professor's Research. Discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Best draw card in the game. Next, I give you the host with the most, Piers. He's the dark type gym leader of Galar, and this effect of this supporter lets you search your deck for a darkness type Pokemon and a dark type energy and add it to your hand. This will even let you search out the hide darkness energy. Very powerful. Next, I give you the boss's orders. This card will let you bring up an opponent's Pokemon from their bench up to their active position, bringing them closer to their doom. Next, I give you Mallow and Lana. The first effect will let you switch out your Pokemon. The second effect will basically you have to discard 2 cards from your hand. And you get to heal 120 damage from your Pokemon and retreat it back to the bench. This is good for your Eternatus Vmax when you want to continue your onslaught and you keep healing your Pokemon. And you can keep going with your dark power. Four copies of Quick Ball. Discard a card from your hand and search your deck for a basic Pokemon and add it to your hand. This will let you search out almost every Pokemon in this deck, except for Eternatus Vmax, which is very good. More ball search. We have ourselves copies of 2 great balls. Search the top 7 cards of your deck and take a Pokemon from among them and add them to your hand. This is great quick search to help you thin your deck out very quickly, especially in the early game. Four copies of Pokemon Communication. Swap one of the Pokemon in your hand for one of the Pokemon in your deck. Basically, all of your Pokemon are dark, so you'll be swapping your dark Pokemon for your other dark Pokemon. I give you 4 pokegear 3.0. This will help you find the supporters you need in order to advance your dark strategy. Your professor's research, your boss's orders, your Piers, or Mallow and Lana. Anything you need for the situation that will arise. We have ourselves 3 copies of Switch. Switch your active with one of the Pokemon on your bench. Self-explanatory. My voice is getting weak, but we will continue. 2 copies of Energy Switch. I added this card in my deck after immense testing. I once had Revile GX in this deck to move energies around from my Pokemon, but for some reason that wasn't working out. This card will let me switch my basic dark energies around to my Pokemon on the certain turns that I need it. And I believe that this will help me exactly for the right moments and the right time that I need them. So that's why the inclusion of the energy switches. We have ourselves 1 copy of Reset Stamp. You may shuffle your opponent's hand into their deck and make them draw up to the number of prizes that they have. So, if they have 4 prizes, they draw 4 cards. If they have 3 prizes, they draw 3. This will lead them to their doom. 1 copy of Great Catcher. Since this format still plays with GX Pokemon, we will have this in our deck. Discard 2 cards from your hand and bring up one of your opponent's GX Pokemon from their bench to their active position. This will also lead them to their doom. Now I will take you to the Black Market. Black Market Prism Star. Any dark Pokemon with darkness energy attached to them, when they get knocked out, your opponent takes one less prize card. This is very powerful, meaning your opponent will not get the advantage that they are looking for when taking their prizes. Now we have ourselves 3 Hide Darkness Energy. What this does is that it basically gives all of your darkness Pokemon when attached. Not all of your darkness Pokemon, but the Pokemon that this energy that it is attached to, free retreat. That's right, it gives the Pokemon it is attached to free retreat. So you can retreat freely to your bench and bring out another one of your Pokemon. This is very good in advancing your strategy. And last but not least, we have ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 darkness energy, or shall I say evil energy. That is the deck, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all like what I've prepared for you today. The darkest deck in Pokemon history. I have tested this deck some, and I can tell you from experience, this deck will basically scare the lights out of you. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you like the deck. I will post the list in the description for you guys, so make sure you check all of this darkness out. And as always, make sure you take care of yourself and each other.